What is the right guidance that the people, journalists and creators should get to move in the right direction?
Yeah. So let's talk about the challenges and opportunities first. So the main challenge for content creators is the issue of IP, intellectual property, copyright. That by mistake you're not taking somebody else's work, which is leaking through because it's gone through an AI model. Nobody knows what they've been trained on, especially in the video and image generation part. Then the other challenge that comes is access to technology, because while these technologies are quite fast now, quite accessible, there is a paywall. There's issues of access of the kind of devices you have to access it. Right, you might need a very well sort of heavy device to run some app on your system, right? If you really want to create something original, because content creators, the key thing they want to do, the key opportunity they have is that AI can help them create original stuff at a faster rate, better quality original stuff at a faster rate. If you just want a general experience, then you can use your mobile phone to create something, but then anybody can do that, right? Using the ChatGPT app, you have access to it, I have access to it, right? As long as I can understand what type of idea you're thinking about, I could probably come up with a prompt and generate something faster than you can sit and write something, right? So that's one of the big challenges, right? So you might want to say, no, I want to actually run my own LLM, my own model, है ना, उसको वो मॉडल होगा जिसको कि मैं फाइन ट्यून करूंगा, मे बी आई माइट चेंज इट अ बिट विद द कंटेंट आई हैव, राइट? सो एज एन एग्जांपल, आई क्रिएटेड अ स्मॉल मॉडल वेयर आई यूज्ड माय ब्लॉग पोस्ट्स to tune that, so I could produce language the way I write.
So coming back to the news part, last year we heard our one of our journalists, Maria Ressa, she's a Nobel Peace Prize winner as well. She mentioned that digital news will collapse in less than a year, and there's a lack of trust in news, and there's so many things that are happening on ground. So coming back to the creator and news and journalism part of it, how should we guide the journalists and content creators of tomorrow to be aware about the technology and use it for the best?
So yeah, that's a very good point, right? So what do content creators bring to the table? Think about that, right? So they bring the idea that there is this particular topic I want to explore, and I want to give it this point of view, and this is the kind of assumptions I'm going in with, right? What do they lack? So they lack data, because a content creator sitting in their house may not have access to on-ground data, right? They lack access to experts, so nobody's going to come and speak, no very senior scientist or no expert economist is going to come and speak to you and I in a sort of normal home setting, right? So now this is where AI can complement. So AI can say, look, I can search for the data for you, so I can help you look at all the reports that are available and digest that, analyze that. So my data analyst, so that you have the data sets and you have curated referable data sets, which is a core part of say news content, journalistic content. It may be numerical data, it may be other types of data, it might be like people's commentary and stuff you're reading and you're saying, okay, this is the general picture, and then it can give you the expertise. So for example, if you come across a concept and you say, can you explain it in one line, and then you can further refine, say, explain it in one line for non-technical people, it will do that, right? So it is giving you access, instead of sort of me sitting here in say next 2-3 years time, you will have some AI sitting here saying, okay, can you explain this to me, can you explain that to me, right? And then the multilingual aspect is also there, which we haven't touched upon as yet, right? Where you can say, look, you wanted to do for say Kannada readers, or you want to do it for Punjabi readers, right? And that's where sort of you're spreading the message out, and you're getting the localization very easily.
Yeah, and in India is such a diverse country. There are so many languages, and sirf English, Hindi ke alawa hi, there are many dialects, many languages.
Bilkul.
So how to reach out to your audiences in the right manner?
Exactly.
I think that is what all journalists today are struggling with.
Exactly.
So
with high quality data and the expertise, right? That's the other thing, because you want to be respected for the content you're bringing across, and the content has to be complete. वरना फिर या तो वो सुर्खियों वाली बात होती है, that it is just gossip, or it is too technical. It has to be a right mix, right? So that AI will help people in that, in digesting it, making it consumable, adding that layer of that layer of sensibility to it, that layer of trust to it, कि भाई ये नहीं, इन्होंने इतने data sources देखे हैं, right? So there has to be something that you're saying.
Right. Is it actually possible? I mean, ये हम सुनते हैं time and again कि जो memory अगर उस particular application में ChatGPT हो गया, कोई भी और हो गया, अगर आपकी memory saved है तो वो उस basis पे लिखना और आपको चीज़ें quote करना आपको शुरू कर देता है. But is it actually possible? The technology can copy your way of writing, your way of thinking with just few paragraphs that you have probably fed into that large language model?
Yes, so if you use Gmail app, right, on the iOS at least I can talk about. So उसपे you will find after a while the suggestions it gives you will be the words that you use. So it is doing it at a word level. At the low.
How does this happen?
So it
if you can
yeah.
explain it for our
Sure,
audiences,
sure.
how does this work?
So this works because what it does is it has a corpus of words. So corpus of words is the kind of, you can say, like a tree of words it sees in the wild, right? So books पढ़ते हैं करते हैं तो उसमें standard patterns आते हैं, standard English की phrasing आती है, right? Which we learn, and as children we learn that, and then we are able to write, and then we can do that. So now what you can do is you can take, say, a set of books by one author, right? Let's take that, and you can understand what are the relationships between the words and what kind of words they're using. Okay? And then you can fit those words into your vocabulary. So you can say, instead of using, say, word, say, 2 weeks, instead of saying 2 weeks from now, this writer uses the word fortnight. So I'm going to, instead of using 2 weeks, I'm going to use fortnight, right? Or you're going to use a more sophisticated
So
word.
it identifies those
Exactly.
specific set of words and then start identifying the mechanism of writing.
Exactly. So that's at the lowest level. Then it starts to identify word structures, combination
so
of words.
is AI any different from us?
It is very different from us, very different from us at this stage, and that's a good thing.